Hello and welcome back to another Missionchief tutorial video. I'm Horny Devil, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about hotkeys. Now, what is a hotkey? Hotkeys are, well, they're buttons on your keypad that can do different functions. So for instance, in this game, the usable keys are W, E, A, S, D, and then X. All those keys can do something in this game. Now, what do? They actually deal with dispatching. They can make your dispatching go extremely fast. I have 183 pending calls, and I can dispatch calls extremely fast by using the S key on the keypad. That is my favorite key on the keypad, and it does wonders. With that being said, I can kind of show you guys what they do, how to kind of use them the most efficient way, and different things like that. So, for instance, let's start off with these three calls. We have a call 1, 2, and 3. We have a conflagration medium, a dangerous goods truck accident, and a sports hall fire. So, I'm just going to go over kind of what these keys do. It does give you a brief description, sort of. These keys aren't actually public anywhere that I found, but there is some help to it. Okay. So with that being said, we do have our dispatch window here. With this dispatch key, you would have to collect your, you have to click your single units here, your decon 2, bomb squad unit, whatever, and then you hit dispatch. That would dispatch the units to the call, but it would not go to the next call. What this next call would do, the dispatch and next window. So what this would do is if I click this, it would dispatch those two units to the conflagration, and then it would go to the next call, which is dangerous goods. I'll give you just an example here. Actually, let's just start off. So we have the W key, the E key, the A and the S and the D key, and then the X key. So I'm just going to give you an example of what the W key does. The W key is this button right here. It just says share with your alliance. This is the W key. So what's going to happen when I do this? It's going to turn green. It's going to stay on the call. It's going to just stay on conflagration medium, but it is not going to go to the next call. Let's hit W. So this mission has successfully been shared with your alliance, and what this does is actually make this green, so my whole alliance can see this call. That's the W key. Up next, we're going to go to the E key. Now, I don't really use this one too much, but let's give you an example here. So let's go with the dangerous goods truck accident. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to share the call, and then it's going to go to the next window. So let's just head here. So it's going to share, let's just do, like, let's say 3 or 4 of them. So we're going to share the dangerous goods truck accident, the sports hall fire, the sinkhole roadway damage, and the aircraft landing on roadway. Let's just see how quickly I can respond to these calls, or share the calls. So it's shared, 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 and shared. Look at that. So all 4 of these just turned green by me sharing them. That's the E key. So the E key just shares them and goes to the next call. It doesn't necessarily dispatch units to the call. So up next, we're going to go to the A key. Now, the A key is actually just the back window and the forward window. So it goes to previous mission and next window. Okay, so let's just give you guys an example here. So we're going to go to the manhole fire, the tractor fire, and the burning car. So we're going to start here in the middle, the number 2 mission. So we can go backwards, which is going to be this button right here. Well, you don't have to press this, but if I press the A button, it's going to go backwards to the manhole fire. If I go forward, it's going to go back to the tractor fire. If I go backwards again, manhole fire. Now the same thing goes for the D key. The D key goes forward. This is backwards, forward. A goes backwards, D goes forward. So let's go forward, burning car. Let's go backwards with the A key, tractor fire. Let's go forward again with the D key, burning car. So that's just the A and the D key. It just goes, A key goes backwards and the D key goes forward. Up next, this is my most favorite key. I'm just going to show you guys an example real quick on what this does. It is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to show you at its finest. So let's go to manhole fire. Let's just give an example here. So we have manhole fire, tractor fire, burning car, residential fire. I'm going to show you what the S key does, because this is very, very important. So this is where you click all your units. If you want to go and individually click units, you could do that, or you go to your ARRs. I think I will do an ARR video here eventually on how to make an alarm and regulation response. And let's just show you what the S key does. So let's find manhole fire. We click those, click the 3 units, and it responds these units to the next call, and it immediately sends us to the next call. Let's hit tractor fire. That's 1 engine. A burning car, next engine. So it's responding all these engines. You can see engine 10 was responded, and then we do have a residential fire. This is the call that has a little bit more units, maybe about 7 units there. So that's going to respond every single one of these. We have our AMR units, and it's going to keep going. This is, like I said, this is the most important key. If you take anything out of this video, the S key is the most important, especially when you have hundreds of calls. So you keep clicking your units and just keep in the S key. It does speed things up. Otherwise, what you would have to do in this situation, you have to hit your ambulance because we do have one injured person here, and we have our injured person on high voltage mast. So we would respond those units, and then instead of hitting the S key, you would actually have to go all the way down here and hit this small little button. Now, it does get things complicated when you accidentally misclick, but I am so fine-tuned to using the S key that it's so natural. It's so much easier. And you also take the threat out of accidentally pressing this button. This is the complete now button. There is no hotkey, from my understanding, to use this, which is kind of nice. You don't actually have to accidentally hit a key and then spend 2 coins. So that's the S key. Very helpful unit, or not unit, hotkey. Up next, we're going to do the animal stuck in between walls. This is just the X key. Now, what the X key does is just X's you out of the call window here. So we're going to hit X. It's just like hitting this button, but we're, of course, going to hit X on the keyboard. So that just closes the window. That's the X key. There's really nothing else to it. So yeah, that's all the keys. And hopefully this helps you guys with doing calls and kind of streamlining your dispatching. So like I said, it's the W key, the E key, the A, S, D, and the X key. So hopefully that helps you guys with your responses. Like I said, if you guys have any questions regarding hotkeys or any other videos that you guys want to see, drop them down below, and I will show you guys on the next one. So until then, later.